Welcome to Fortyborn, the Limited Lorcana podcast. We're a gaming veteran.
And a gaming novice.
Explore all... we explore all things Lorcana. With a focus on limited formats, we cover set reviews, strategy guides, and stuff nobody asked for.
Let's get Swifty.
What?
Swifty.
How does that tie into 5?
Doesn't.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, you've been doing puns.
I couldn't think of one.
That makes sense.
We couldn't even get through the intro.
Yeah, we can. Can you tell us this is the second episode we've recorded today?
Oh, man.
All right, well, we're on to the 5 cost cards.
Yes.
We'll do a few more set review episodes. We'll get a few more generic advice episodes in before Rise of the Floodborn gets going.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. And then once Rise of the Floodborn is here, we will try to quickly record as many episodes as possible.
Marathon.
Just to get the set review out the door so it's actually useful to you.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike this one. So typically a set review will come out like the week that the set is released.
Mm-hmm.
And it's meant to help you in Limited know which cards are good and bad before you go compete in your like release tournament. Because there's almost always release events related to new sets.
Right.
So you listen to this, you get a good frame of reference moving into the tournament so that you know what's good and what's bad.
Turns out those have been happening already.
Well, it turns out no one can get product, so they're not happening anywhere.
Oh. Well, then maybe it is helpful.
Yeah, maybe it is. Oh, this is some new news.
Mm-hmm. New news.
I don't know if you heard this, but Ravensburger. Yeah. So they have said that they're going to do a release or a reprint of the first chapter.
Nice.
Right?
Yes.
So they originally said they were going to do that at the beginning of 2024.
Okay.
They've moved that up to the end of this year.
Oh,
so like
so
the
sooner.
holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
And they're immediately doing a second print run of the Rise of the Floodborn.
Okay.
So they have the printers, they can only get access to so much allocation of print time. Like they don't print their cards.
Oh.
Another company prints the cards,
Okay.
right? So years in advance, they probably negotiated contracts and stuff like that and gave them, every 3 months we need this many cards.
Yep.
Well, they realized they sort of missed the mark on the first batch. So they expedited getting a second round printed for the first chapter and for Rise of the Floodborn. So hopefully we'll have, hopefully it will be easier for us to get our hands on product, which means stores will begin hosting more limited events.
Yeah. They underestimated the popularity.
Yeah.
As did we with this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's blown up. We have tens and tens of listeners all over the globe.
Growing every day.
It is. Well, some days it's dipping, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 cost cards. This is sort of like, to me, a lot of my favorite cards are 5 cost. So I've been looking forward to this episode.
Yeah.
This is when sort of the really cool abilities and stuff start happening. And I think that it's very important to have a good 5 cost card to play on turn 5. If you're building up the board the first few turns, turn 5 comes around. If you can play a 5 cost character on turn 5 and your opponent cannot, I think that's a really significant advantage.
You love the 5 turn.
Yeah, I just think it's like really important.
Pivotal part of the game.
Yeah, I think it's the last turn that you have to ink. You have to ink something on turn 5. Obviously there are exceptions. After that, you really want to start playing your cards instead of inking them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you'll get to 6 ink. Maybe you'll get to 7 ink. We'll see. But you're going to get to 5 ink, and hopefully on turn 5 you're going to play one of these really good 5 cost cards.
Yep.
There's a lot of really good ones.
I'm excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
You ready to get in?
So ready.
So, the issue, and an issue with 5... Let me think about how to phrase this. I probably should have written this part down.
There's an issue.
Yeah. There's an issue when drafting that ideally, in an ideal world, in your deck you would probably have about 6 5 cost cards.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then in an ideal world you would have around 5 cards that cost 6 or more.
Okay.
So just like if you look at the numbers on curve, you want to be able to play something on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After that it gets a little bit fuzzy.
Yeah.
But the problem is there's not that many 5 cost cards in the game. at the common and uncommon level.
Mm-hmm.
So of the 4 or less cost characters, there's 70 characters that cost 4 or less.
Okay.
There's only 19 characters that cost 5 or more.
Yes.
So of the common and uncommon characters, which is going to make the bulk of our decks, 80% of what's available to us in a pack is going to cost 4 or less.
Or less, yeah.
But you want good 5 and 6 cost cards.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why 5 and 6 cost cards are actually at a premium in this limited format. If you see a card that's a B, that's a 5 cost card, or a 2 cost card that's a B, you should probably take the 5 cost card that's a B because there's just less of them going around.
Yeah, you're not going to see as many.
Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm saying it clearly.
I think you're essentially just saying there's less of these cards going around. So if you see this pop up in your draft, you know you're not going to see as many of those.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Take them when you can.
Yeah, so take a good 5 and 6 cost card whenever you can.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Straightforward.
Yeah, and this is probably the biggest reason that I'm not a huge fan of ramp decks in limited formats.
Yeah.
I'm not against ramp itself, but just like having a deck that's dedicated to ramping into big characters, you probably need like a dozen cards that cost 5 or more for it to really be worth it, and that's just really hard to pull off.
You're just not going to get them in a limited format.
Yeah, if only 20% of what's available in a pack falls into this category of like 5 or more cost.
Yeah.
Like if only 20% of a pack falls into that category and everyone else is aware of this same issue, then people are going to be grabbing those. It's going to be hard to get a hold of.
You're going to snatch them up.
Yeah, of what you need.
Don't ramp in limited. Ramp less.
Yeah. Well,
Consider
it depends. Yeah, consider it.
Do what you want.
You should only be playing ramp cards that don't cost you a card to ramp. So like, don't play. I think Fishbone Quill lets you ink a card out of your hand. Don't play stuff like that.
Yeah.
But stuff like Detective Mickey, which lets you ink the top card of your deck, that stuff's good because it doesn't cost you a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deck, not hand.
Yeah. Did I get something mixed up?
No.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No, you got it.
All right, so the average is up front. Again, maybe this is just for me. Every time I say it, I just feel like I'm the only person that cares.
Just super nerding about the averages. Hit us with the averages, Jake.
5 cost characters. The average strength is 3.5.
Wow.
The average willpower is 4.6.
That's high.
And the average lore is 1.8.
Okay.
So there's a pretty big jump between the 4 and 5 cost, like average numbers.
Yeah, bigger than I thought there would be.
Like the 4 and 5 costs, like what you get for your ink, to me it's like a pretty big gap. That's why I like the 5 cost cards a lot more in general. You ready for some vanillas?
I'm ready.
All right, so we're gonna start off with the vanilla cards. I'm going to get my monitor set up with the right tab. All right, it's alphabetized, so that's good. So vanilla, first one, Captain. So Captain, you pay 5 and you get a 6/5 that quests for 1.
He's a horse.
He's a horse. He's a C+. He's big.
Yeah.
I mean, if you drop him on turn 5, he's probably going to be able to take out 2 of your opponent's characters before they can take him out.
Yeah.
And he's a very real threat to most cards that cost 5 or more. There's not much else to say. He's great.
Yeah, nice to have him out there.
Yep, C+. Cerberus, 3-headed dog.
Cerberus.
You pay 5, you get a 5/6 that quests for 1.
So it's just flopped.
Yeah, flopped.
Do you like this card less?
I like this card more.
Because of the willpower.
Yeah, because the difference between 5 and 6 strength is different than the difference between 5 and 6 willpower. What I mean by that is 5 strength is enough to already take out most of the stuff you want to be taking out. You know, like their 3 and 4 cost characters.
Yeah.
But 6 willpower means it's more likely to stick around.
It'll last a little longer.
Yeah, exactly. So
3 heads as opposed to 1 on Captain. I noticed.
So I have Cerberus at a C+, but I almost put him at a B-. I almost had this be a B- because it's just so good. I mean, he's just going to take out a couple of 2 and 3 characters, and you're really happy with that.
Yeah, that's great.
The next vanilla is Jumba Jukiba.
Jumba.
I think you're right.
What's he from?
Lilo and Stitch.
Honestly, you know what?
What?
Never saw it. Never saw the movie.
Wow.
Not a minute of it. Not even like in passing.
So many things about you are starting to make sense.
What
So
about-
I love Lilo and Stitch. You know our friend Cameron. It's
Yeah.
his like favorite, like by far, like Disney movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves it.
What makes it so great?
It's just good, man. It's about family. It's about finding your own family.
Wow.
It's about misfits and about what does it mean to be courageous.
Wow.
And it's very funny.
Sounds heartwarming.
It is. It's heartwarming, and it's very very humorous.
Okay.
So Jumba
Jumba.
is from that. You pay 5, you get a 4/5 that quests for 2.
Sweet.
So I have Jumba at a C+.
Mm-hmm.
He's solid. If you compare him, I like to compare him to think about like a wardrobe, or not a wardrobe. Oh my goodness, the 4 ink 2 lure cards. He gets 1 more strength and willpower than them. So
yeah.
the vanilla 4 ink cards that quest for 2
Or 3/4.
are 3/4s.
Okay.
You pay 1 more ink and you get another strength and another willpower. That's what I mean by the gap between the 4s and the 5s is
Yeah.
pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
So he's great.
Yeah.
I have him at a C+.
Nice.
And then last vanilla, saving the best for last, Maleficent.
Oh.
This is the one I was playing against you a lot.
Yes.
I don't know why this card is only $1.28 right now.
Yeah.
If we were a Lorcana Finance podcast, I would encourage you to scoop up a place at it.
But we're not.
But we're not.
So
we cannot offer any financial advice.
Do whatever you'd like.
Yeah. So Maleficent Uninvited, you pay 5 and you get a 3/6 that quests for 3 lore.
So strong, and 3 lore is amazing.
Yeah.
So you like this card a lot?
Yeah. So 6 willpower on a character that can quest for 3 lore is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
You want to quest with her, and the fact that she has 6 willpower means they're probably going to have to hit her with 2 things to take her out.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're gonna get her. You're gonna be able to get that lore at least once.
Yeah. So
Twice.
for the vanillas, I have Maleficent as the best 5 cost
Vanilla.
vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
Then Cerberus.
Then Captain.
Then Jumba. I like Jumba more than Captain.
Jumba. I forgot about Jumba.
Jumba. I don't know. And then Captain.
Yep.
But they're all great. I'm happy to have one of each in my deck.
Yeah, we love the 5s.
Yeah, the 5s are great. I say that, and then ironically, A Whole New World is our first card. So
Okay.
we're gonna move on to the non-vanillas.
Mm-hmm. Expensive card.
It is. Well, they all cost the same this episode.
Right.
Oh, you mean in real life expensive?
Yeah, I mean real life
Sorry.
expensive.
Sorry. I think it's the second time I've made that mistake.
It is.
It's really good and constructed.
Okay.
In limited, I don't think it's very good. So you pay 5 for a song. How do songs work again?
You sing them, and you can tap a character sometimes.
Yeah. Or you can tap a character exactly to sing the song.
Mm-hmm.
So you can play the song, or you can tap a 5 or more cost character to sing it. And that just means you get to play the song for free, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The ability says each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards.
Oh.
That sounds cool. We like card draw.
Yeah, we do.
So it's uninkable. But the problem with this is you and your opponent both get to draw 7.
You're helping them a lot.
Yeah. So if your hand is empty and then they have a few cards in their hand, then this is good. Like if you can sing this, basically you only want to play this card if you're singing it. You don't ever want to pay 5 ink to play this.
I just now got the difference between singing and playing songs.
Yeah. It's clicking.
Yeah, it's
We're
clicking.
getting there. Dude,
Before now, I've been trying to just not acknowledge songs.
Yeah, you usually just ink songs, but you can't. You have to actually read
This would be a real bummer for me.
So, you want to tap a character to sing this song. Because the problem with paying 5 ink is you're probably only going to have like 7 ink on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time you're not going to have more than 7 ink in a limited game.
Yeah.
You pay 5 to play this, you draw 7 cards. You only have 2 ink left to use on the cards that you just got.
Mm-hmm.
Your opponent has all of the ink available to them and a fresh hand of 7 cards.
True.
So that's why I had this at a D+.
Mm-hmm.
If you have more cards than them, you just definitely don't want to play it.
Yeah.
If you have less cards than them, you want to be able to sing it.
Sing it, not play it.
Yeah, so the conditions around this ability, you just really could shoot yourself in the foot.
It's a very specific scenario where you would actually want to play this.
Yeah.
So in limited, if I'm understanding correctly, This is another Aladdin card that we don't love.
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay, just clear it. Just checking in.
It's all going to be worth it. There's an Aladdin that we're going to get to, not today. That is really good.
Okay, I'll wait.
We'll see what you think when we get to it. All right. Next card, Aurora Dreaming Guardian. You pay 5. You get a 3/5 that quests for 2. So remember, the Jumba is a 4/5 that quests for 2. So we get 1 less strength. What do we get? We get a new keyword, which we're going to talk about here in a second.
Okay.
Shift 3. And then she has an ability that's called Protective Embrace. Your other characters gain ward. So before I talk about Aurora, I need to talk about what shift means.
Yes.
So what it reads is you may pay 3 to play this on top of one of your characters named Aurora. So you have an Aurora on the board. There's a 2-cost one. So on turn 2, you play that Aurora. On turn 3, you can play this Aurora, like literally set her on top of the other Aurora. And she can then quest immediately or challenge immediately. She doesn't have to dry. She would come into play ready.
Dry.
Yeah.
Now, and when you do that, when you play her on 3, you are tapping 3 ink.
Yes, you have to pay 3 ink.
But it's the discounted price is what's nice.
Yes, because you basically get to cheat out a really good card earlier. That's the idea of the shift mechanic. You get to get a stronger ability earlier by playing this card on top of an existing card.
Yeah. Shift, it seems like an interesting choice of words. I'm curious why they chose shift. It doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
With what the card actually does.
Do you have a different?
Nope.
Oh. It sort of sounds like Transformers.
Shift?
Like you're shifting, like your form. Like I'm shifting to a
stronger
I'm leveling up.
Aurora. It should be called level up. It should be called cover up.
Well, maybe there is a future ability called cover up.
Same thing, different word.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe. I doubt it. I think they're going to stick with shift.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with shift. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I feel like I could do a whole episode just on shift in limited.
Wow.
Because it's a tricky ability in terms of evaluation. Because you are setting yourself up for a 2-for-1 every time you shift a character.
Oh. Yeah.
So if I play this on turn 3 and then they just kill it the next turn, I don't know. Let's say that they just can attack it. For some reason, they can attack it and kill it on their next turn.
Banish.
Yeah, sorry, banish.
Kids show.
And then you just got 2-for-1.
Yeah.
Right? So because this Aurora sits on top of the existing Aurora, when this one gets banished, they both get banished.
They're both gone, yeah.
If this one gets bounced to your hand, they both get bounced to your hand. So it's a little bit tricky because you almost want to just wait until the right turn to play them. You just have to evaluate that.
Yeah. Do I wait till turn 5 to actually play her so I have both my Auroras out? Or do I shift 3 on turn 3, make her stronger, but then I just got rid of one of my existing cards.
Yeah. So that's just a question you have to ask yourself. And I'm not saying you should never shift. There are plenty of times that you should shift.
Yeah.
Especially if their ability when they enter is really impactful, like the 6-cost Tinkerbell, which we'll get to next week.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't really impact the board super immediately. But I say all that to say, don't just shift because you can. Actually think about it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You see what I'm...
Think ahead.
Cool. Yeah. So let's actually talk about the card. So the way that we'll talk about shift cards is like the shift doesn't exist.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about it as if it does exist.
Sure.
Because if you don't have a 2-cost Aurora,
then that's irrelevant to you to be, yeah.
And even if you do have a 2-cost Aurora, what do you think are the chances that you'll have both of them on turn 3?
Man, very, very low, like 5%.
That's one. I'm using Deculator for this.
Deculator.
So Deculator is a tool that you can use. You can just look it up.
Like a calculator.
Yeah, but you enter, the cards that you're looking for. What are the chances that you get them?
Wow, that is a lot of numbers and symbols.
It is. But the point is you were actually right. It's about 5%.
Oh.
So on turn 3, if you're on the play, what are the chances that you have both a little Aurora and a big Aurora if you have both of them in your deck?
So low.
solo. Now let's say you bump that up to 2. Like, ooh, what if I have 2 Auroras? What are the chances then?
Oh, 9.8%.
Yeah, a whopping 10%.
Yeah, still not going to happen.
Still not going to happen. So you're probably not going to be shifting often.
Mm-mm.
So that's why we're not really going to factor it into our evaluations all that much.
Right.
But what's worth noting is that cards that have shift targets, their values change once you pick up the shift thing. Here's what I mean by that. Aurora, the 5-cost Aurora, once you pick that up, then those little Auroras should jump up in value for you.
Yeah.
They're now more valuable.
Right, because you can shift.
Because they give you the option of shifting in the future. Yep. Does that make sense?
Yeah, uh-huh.
I'm not supposed to ask that.
No.
All right, so Aurora Dreaming Guardian, I have this card at a B-.
Okay.
Okay, so we talked about Ward and how it's not that great in Limited. Mm-hmm. But this gives everything Ward, which is good because then that means that it's almost like Bodyguard, but for abilities.
Yeah.
So you know how Bodyguard protects your other characters from getting challenged?
Yep.
Aurora basically protects your other characters from getting hit with removal or from getting bounced.
Anything but challenged.
They can only be challenged.
Mm-hmm.
So I have her at a B-.
Yeah.
5 ink for a 3/5 that quests for 2 is already okay. And then the possible upside of giving everything Ward. No, sorry. The definite upside of giving everything Ward. And then the possible upside of being able to shift this on turn 3 is good.
Yep.
So we like her.
We like her. Confusing card if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If I picked that up 2 weeks ago, ink. Straight to
There's
ink.
a lot of words. I would just say only consider shifting a character on the shift turn. Like on turn 3 is the only time I would consider shifting Aurora.
Yeah, like if you're on 4, just wait.
If it's turn 4, I would probably, again, it's all relative or whatever. On turn 4, I would probably consider just waiting until turn 5.
Yeah.
Especially if I have a good thing to play on turn 4.
Sure.
If it's turn 4 and I don't have anything to do,
then
maybe I shift Aurora. Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions on the shift mechanic? It's really weird.
No, I'm sick of Aurora.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Good card though.
So on to Beast. Hard-headed. You pay 5. You get a 4/4 that quests for 2.
Okay.
He has an ability called Break. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item.
You're not going to care about that at all.
No, you don't. You don't really care about banishing items. Now, if somebody's playing an item and you can banish it with this ability, that's going to feel good.
Yeah.
Especially if they have like a mirror out. But you have to ask yourself, am I okay to pay 5 mana for a 4/4 that quests for 2?
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the answer is yes.
Mm.
I think that the answer is yes because I have Beast Hard-headed at a C+. Sorry, I'll say.
All right.
I'll say that. The floor is a slightly worse Jumba. No, Jumba's a 4/5 that quests for 2.
Uh-huh.
This is a 4/4 that quests for 2.
Yeah.
And then the ceiling is you get to take out their Beast Smear and they don't get to draw cards anymore.
Oh.
So
really for that one item, it's nice.
It's nice for if somebody's playing an item, they probably care about that item.
Yeah.
You taking it out attached to a Jumba is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to sit still.
Yes.
Our listeners don't like when there's any creaking or dogs barking.
Do not move a muscle.
We exist in a vacuum.
We don't blink on the show usually.
No, I can't even touch my straw or you'll hear it. So, up next, Beast Wolfbane. Great name.
Yeah.
Art, great art.
You like it?
I love Beast Wolfbane art.
Yeah.
You don't like it?
It's okay.
I've heard people say that they don't like it as well.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about it.
It's Beast, the Bane of Wolves. And look, he's really baning those wolves right now. Look how furious they are.
Yeah, is that what that word means? Baning them? Is that how you use that?
I don't know. So, Beast Wolfsbane. You pay 5 for a 4/4 that quests for 2. I'm picking up on a Beast theme here.
Yes.
He has Rush.
That's nice.
We like Rush.
We do like Rush.
He has an ability called Roar. When you play this character, exert all opposing damage to characters.
Oh.
Beast Wolfbane, I have at a B-.
What was the last one? C+.
A C+.
You like this one better?
I do like this one better. Mm-hmm. So he's uninkable. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
At 5 cost. If you have this in your hand on turn 1, you can't really ink him. You know, you have to. You're forced to play him on turn 5.
Yeah.
But I'm okay playing him because he has Rush.
Mm-hmm.
So Rush is really good. it can really surprise your opponents, especially if they're trying to protect a damaged character.
Yeah.
Beast sort of exposes all of those damaged characters, and you can really blow someone out with this.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get one or two favorable trades with his roar ability, that's really, really good. It's like a game ender, potentially.
Blow him out.
Yeah. You don't like that phrase?
I don't know that I've heard it.
Oh, okay.
People say that?
Yeah. It's a blowout.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so...
I don't think you'd be in the game be like, I'm about to blow you out.
No, I don't think I've ever said that in my life.
Well, now you have to.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I'll be doing that on Monday. Up next, Captain Hook.
The captain.
So, we have another shift character.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you pay 5 for a 2/5 that quests for 1.
Huh.
Those stats aren't where you want to be.
No.
You know, Captain is a 6/5 that quests for 1.
Right.
But he has shift 3, so you can play him on top of a character named Captain Hook.
Mm-hmm.
You just pay 3 for that.
Yeah.
And it's worth noting you can do that on other turns as well. Like,
yeah.
I talk about it on turn 3 because that's when it would be most impactful, but you could do it on turn 7.
Correct.
You know. So he also has Challenger +3. We've said that we like Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
And then his ability is Stolen Dust. Characters with cost 3 or less cannot challenge this character. So here's my problem with Captain Hook. There's 2 of them. 1, he's uninkable.
Yeah.
2, Challenger +3 still doesn't even get him up to Captain.
Yeah.
So Captain is 5ing for a 6/5 that quests for 1. Mm-hmm. Hook, when he's challenging, is a 5/5 that quests for 1.
Yeah.
Now, characters with cost 3 or less cannot challenge this character, so that's nice because it allows you to challenge bigger stuff with Hook, and then you don't have to worry about little stuff killing him
Coming
on the
at
way
you.
back.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you get to challenge with him twice.
Yeah.
But I have Captain Hook at a C+.
Just fine. Just
Yeah.
average.
Yeah, average. C or a C+. I'm going with a C+. I think that if you can shift him on turn 3, he has a much bigger impact. Like, to me, I'd rather shift Hook on turn 3 than Aurora on turn 3. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just that ability seems hard and limited.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Donald Duck. So Donald Duck, you pay 5, you get a 4/3 that quests for 2.
Wow, look at him just strutting his stuff.
He is. And then he has Ward.
Nice.
So we've just said we're not too big on Ward in Limited.
Yeah.
Because there's not that much targeted removal going around. But 3 willpower is the even bigger problem because you want to quest with him, but then a lot of 2 and 3 cost characters can take
it's not going to last that long.
Yeah. So you're setting yourself up for a trade down.
One and done.
You're like trading up.
Mm-hmm.
You're setting yourself up to get a trade down. We're making up new vernacular today.
The opposite of
All right.
trading up.
Speaking of targeted removal, Dragonfire.
Dragonfire looks cool. That's cool art.
That's sick. So you pay 5. The ability just makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Banish chosen character.
Very straightforward.
You pointed a character, banished.
Gone.
So this is a B+.
Nice.
It's uninkable, which is a problem.
Yeah.
But unconditional removal has always been strong in every trading card game.
Yeah.
And it will always be strong. In particular, I mean, in Limited. I mean, this thing is super good in Constructed.
Mm-hmm.
In Limited, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, ideally, you would pay 5 ink and you would take out something that costs more than 5 ink.
Right.
But you're happy to take out some 3, 4, 5 cost characters that are particularly impactful, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't just sit around and wait to try to find the perfect target for this.
Yeah.
Just take something out and take that tempo advantage and keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a B+.
Love that.
Yeah. So, Flotsam.
Flotsam.
You like Jetsam.
I love Jetsam. Love Flotsam.
So, Flotsam, you pay 5, you get a 3/4 that quests for 2. So, that's a little bit lower than what we want.
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel good inside.
No, but he has Rush.
I do love Rush.
We like Rush. But he also has an ability called Dexterous Lunge. Your character's name Jetsam gain Rush.
Nice.
Yeah.
You just need them both. You really need both.
If you get a Flotsam, Jetsam goes up in value, right? Because Flotsams are rare. He's going to be hard to get a hold of. But if you can, and then you can get some Flotsam and some Jetsam, If you have a Flotsam and then you can get some Jetsam, both of those together is really good. Characters with Rush and Evasive is wild.
So get some Flotsam, get some Jetsam.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. So I have Flotsam at a C.
Ah, bummer.
He's uninkable, but still a 3/4 that can quest for 2 with Rush is good.
Yeah.
It's good enough for me to include in your deck, but its uninkableness is its biggest problem.
Yeah.
When you're looking at your deck and you only want to have like 8 uninkables, is this worth one of those slots?
Is that the one, especially without Jetsam?
Yeah, you have to ask yourself that.
Probably not.
So up next, Goofy, Daredevil.
Incredible card art.
Yeah, it's sick. So you seem to really like the art on the red cards.
Yeah, maybe there's a pattern.
Yeah. So you pay 5 and you get a 3/4 that quests for 2.
Okay.
He has Evasive.
Ah, I love Evasive.
Yep.
That's an easy card.
No, I have him at a B, just a straight up B.
Yeah.
So there's only 5 characters in the game that can kill Goofy.
In the whole game?
And only one of them is at the common or the uncommon level. All of the other ones cost 4 or more.
Wow.
Because he's the biggest. He's one of the biggest evasive creatures.
Goofy's huge.
Yeah, he's big. He's a big boy.
He looks evasive.
Yeah, 4 willpower on an evasive can take out, I think, all of the other ones, or can survive being hit by all of the other ones.
I love that.
Except for 1.
That's a good card.
I think that what I just said is true.
Just
in my notes, it says that there's 5 characters in the game that can kill Goofy. I'm sticking with that.
Yeah, it must be true. Just say it confidently. That's what I do in life.
Okay, I'll start trying that.
Yeah.
So, Goofy, Musketeer.
Oh.
You pay 5, you get a 3/6 that quests for 1. So those stats don't seem great.
No.
He has Bodyguard, so that's starting to make a lot more sense why he's a 3/6.
Yeah, that's good.
And then he has an ability called and 2 for T. When you play this character, you may remove up to 2 damage from each of your Musketeer characters. So he has an ability that basically doesn't exist because there's not that many Musketeers. They're all rare, I think, or they're all at least rare, except for him. He's uncommon. But a 3/6 wall on turn 5 is going to take out a couple of small characters.
Yeah.
So he's good.
So what'd you rate him?
Oh, B minus.
B minus.
Yeah.
Just looking at the card art, Goofy went from like an absolute glow up, like prime his life, to being down so bad. He looks super lame as a Musketeer.
Oh, you mean comparing Daredevil to Musketeer?
Yeah. Look at him with his tabard.
It's not his best timeline.
No.
He just pulled that right off the back of the chair from the forecast episode, and it is the same thing.
Yeah, I know. He went from like skydiving through the night sky to literally wearing a tabard.
Yeah.
Tabard. How do you say that word?
I don't think either one's right. All right, so Goofy, both of these cards are Bs because they have good stats and good keywords.
Yeah, but the red one's better.
The red one is better. Up next, Grab Your Sword. All right, Grab Your Sword is the best song in the game,
okay,
in my opinion. And I think that it's my favorite card after Rapunzel, but I think that it might, like, if you told me that this card was better than Rapunzel, I wouldn't argue with you.
Wow.
Yeah. So, Grab Your Sword. It's a song. You pay 5, or you tap a 5 or more cost character to sing the song for free.
Yep.
Deal 2 damage to each opposing character.
That is a lot.
So this card just wins games. All of their characters, it gets around ward. That doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It does 2 damage to everything. So you can kill some stuff, but you can just hurt everything. I mean, it's insane how good this card is.
And at turn 5, they're gonna have characters on the board.
Yeah, on turn 5 they'll have characters. If you draw this later in the game, that's great. Like, you're happy to have it then. Like, this just turns every time I've played this in limited, it has turned the entire tide of the game. I'm not saying I've always won. I'm just saying that it has certainly won me games, and it has certainly almost won me plenty of games.
And fantastic artwork.
Yeah, it's cool.
Maybe the first time I haven't been mad about a gray card.
Yeah.
Steel.
That makes sense. Yes. I'm not gonna learn those names, but you can.
You know.
So this is an A+.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an A+.
Good job.
Because
Peter.
this is the last thing I'll say about it. That's probably not true. As your opponent's board improves, like if you're falling behind, this card just gets better.
Mm-hmm.
Like the more characters they play out, the better this card is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's the perfect example of why this is a bomb, because cards that are A's help you. They're good all the time, but in particular, they help you get ahead when you're behind. Grab Your Sword does that.
Yep.
If you're behind, it'll pull you back in.
Mm-hmm.
So A+.
Beautiful.
All right, Jasmine. You pay 5 for a 2/5 that quests for 2.
Very low strength.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's 2 less than Jumba. It has Shift 3, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And then it has an ability called Caretaker. When you play this character, and whenever she quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from each of your characters.
Okay.
Yeah, this ability is bonkers.
Yeah.
When you play this character, she immediately impacts the board.
Yep.
And then every time she quests, you can use her ability again.
Yeah.
So she's really good. And she includes herself. So when you quest with her, she can heal herself.
Oh.
So this Jasmine is really good. I have her at a B. So I could see a B+, but I have her at a B.
Mm-hmm.
This is one that I'm happy to shift on turn 3, or I'm happy to wait and play it on turn 5.
Yeah.
Shifting it on turn 3 means that it's going to be harder for them to take your stuff out, because you're going to be able to heal stuff on turn 4.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be able to heal stuff on turn 5.
Yep.
Until they can take her out all in one go, she's going to be able to keep healing stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, if you play her on turn 5, you probably have some characters out, and she's going to heal them when she hits the table.
Yep.
So I have this Jasmine at a B. I think she's excellent.
Nice.
I don't really know what else there is to say.
No.
All right. It's time.
4.
Cusco.
Cusco.
Temperamental Emperor.
Ah, yes.
You pay 5. You get a 2/4 that quests for 3.
Wow.
We love things that quest for 3.
3 gainer.
The only downside here is that he's uninkable.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So he has Ward, which isn't super relevant most of the time.
Yeah.
It is relevant in this situation. And the reason that it's relevant is because of his ability called No Touchy. So, Cusco, you pay 5, you get a 2/4 that quests for 3. It has Ward. That's not particularly exciting. But it has an ability that says when this character is challenged and banished, you may banish the challenging character.
Oh. That's really nice.
He's a guaranteed 1-for-1.
Yeah.
Which I like.
You're losing, they're losing.
Yeah, because you want to quest with him, and then so you're going to gain 3 lore, and then they want to take Cusco out.
Right, so you can't keep gaining 3 lore.
Exactly. They want to stop you from doing that.
But when they do that, they're gone.
Yeah, exactly. So if they hit it with something big, like something that can take out 4 willpower in one go, then you get to banish that thing.
Mm-hmm.
If they hit it with a couple of small things, then they've just hit it with a couple of small things.
Right.
So that's a good situation for you as well.
Yeah.
And then they can't just hit it with Dragonfire because it has Ward.
Yeah. Can't
So that's why Ward is a little bit more relevant here.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's such a threat, they would like to use their removal on him a lot if they have it.
But you can't.
But you can't.
Nice.
Whereas like with Donald, him having Ward's not that big of a deal because people aren't that worried about him. He's a 4/3 that quests for 2.
Yeah.
But a 2/4 that quests for 3 that they get punished for challenging, they really want to use their removal on him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So Cusco,
great card.
Some people have said Cusco's the strongest
in the game.
in the game.
Wow.
In limited.
Yeah.
I disagree. I have him at an A-.
Okay.
When you're in the A range, the plus and minus doesn't really even mean anything at that point.
Yeah.
Because they're so good.
Mm-hmm.
But I have him at an A- because he's uninkable.
Okay.
So he's uninkable, which means that you're gonna include him in your deck.
Yeah.
But it's tough when you can't hit your ink on turn 4, and then if you're stuck with a couple of uninkables, that's all you have on turn 5, then you can't even play Cusco.
Right. Then he's just sitting in your hand.
Yeah. So that's like super, like I hesitate to even bring it up. But, the fact that he's uninkable pushes him down to the A- range for me.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
I'm good.
Let it go.
Let it go. A song.
You pay 5 for a song.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the 5 cost song slot is very primo.
Yeah, we're back.
Oh yeah, we're back. So it's a song. The ability is put chosen character into their player's inkwell, face down, and exerted.
Put chosen character into their players. Oh, man.
So it's kind of like banishing a character.
Yeah.
But it banishes them to their opponent's inkwell.
So it's better for your opponent, but it's still nice you just pick a card to get out of there.
Yeah. So there's a couple of comparison. Like people will try to compare this to Dragonfire. I like Let It Go more than Dragonfire.
Yeah.
I have it at a B+. I had Dragonfire at a B+.
Oh.
So I like both of them.
Yeah, so you're lying.
No, they just fill the same slot in the deck. But this one is inkable.
Right.
I mean, you probably never want to ink it because it's unconditional removal.
Yeah.
So I would really hesitate to ink this card. But don't worry about the extra ink that it's giving your opponent.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
I'm worried about it, though.
If you know it, because like if you turn their like turn 6 or 7 play into an ink, you're very happy with that exchange.
Okay.
Yes, you did give them a little bit of ramp, but at this point, the tempo swing of you getting rid of their big character or their biggest threat
means more than the ink.
means a lot. Like this card will find a target eventually.
Yeah.
And it's a song, so you can play it for free. That's the biggest reason that I like it more than Dragonfire.
Yeah.
I mentioned it being inkable, but I probably shouldn't have because you're not going to ink this card. It might as well have been uninkable.
Yeah.
But you can play this song for free. So B+.
That's nice. Yeah.
We like that.
We do. We like that.
All right. Mad Hatter. So you pay 5, you get a 2/4 that quests for 3. He has an ability called Tea Party. Whenever this character is challenged, you may draw a card.
That's nice.
Oh yeah. So Mad Hatter is a B. You could talk me up. Again, these 5-cost cards are just stacked. So the reason I have Mad Hatter at a B is because he's a 2/4 that quests for 3, which is great. We're losing 1 strength and 2 willpower if we compare this to like Maleficent.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we get card draw.
Yeah.
Like if they use removal on this, we don't get card draw.
Right.
But that's okay. They use removal on it. If they do attack this, we're gonna get at least 1 card.
Yeah.
But we might get 2 cards.
Yeah.
And sometimes to stop you from gaining 3 lore every turn, they're willing to give you 2 cards. Right.
Yeah.
So like it's silly if you can get 2 cards off of Mad Hatter.
Fantastic.
So yeah, he's a B. I could see the B+ argument, but that's where I'm sitting.
And nice art, just exactly what Mad Hatter should look like.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, a 3 lore gainer that is almost always going to draw you at least 1 card. Sign me up.
Yep.
Speaking of sign me up, Maui.
Maui,
Hero to all.
great card.
Yeah, it's red.
It's red.
So you're in.
I love the reds.
So you pay 5 and you get a 6/5. So you pay 5 and you get a captain.
Yeah.
We're already cool with this.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have any lore, so that's definitely different.
Yeah, you don't love that.
No, we don't love that. But he has Rush and Reckless.
Wow.
So remember, Rush can challenge a turn of their blade.
Cool.
Reckless means that they can't quest and they must challenge each turn if they're able.
Oh.
So he has to challenge every turn if he's able to do so.
I love they put that on there like you were gonna quest with him.
Yeah, like as if that was something that you would consider.
Yeah.
Maui's a B+. So he can take out basically everything and then he's usually going to survive.
Nice.
So if they have a big thing out, like if they have a Maleficent out, you can take out that 5-cost Maleficent.
Nice.
And then he's still around with 2 willpower left.
Just hanging around.
Yeah, so he's really good.
Yeah.
He's sort of like removal on a stick, people will say. So some people have called Rush removal on a stick.
Yeah.
Because if it just trades for a 1-for-1, then it's removal. If it hits something and survives,
It sticks around.
Yeah, it sticks around. So I really like Maui.
Hero to all.
Yeah, hero to me. He's going in my deck. So up next, Maximus.
Why don't I like Maximus? I just have a spot in my heart. I just don't like him. I see a Maximus card. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Maybe it's because you don't like horses.
I think I like horses.
I don't.
Oh. Why?
I don't trust them. They're really big.
I mean, yeah. But, okay.
Well, you're the one that said you didn't like this Maximus.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like
said
the
in
cards.
general, horses scare me.
I don't like the art on the Maximus cards. There it is. I got it.
Yeah. I could see that. I don't really know how you can like really amp up the art of a horse.
I mean, Captain looked cool. Oh, he's red.
Yeah. Well, he was a red card.
Yeah.
The red border adds some cool points.
Maybe that's it. All right, sorry, Maximus.
No, it's okay.
Palace
Maximus
horse.
is a palace horse. He's a 4/5 that quests for 1.
Mm-hmm.
So a little bit below rate.
Yeah.
But you get 2 keywords. Bodyguard.
And
like
support.
Yeah, we like both of those things.
Oh,
So that's why Maximus is a B+.
it's a double whammy.
So this is everything that you want in one card
Yeah.
for me. Everything in this card works together. He protects your 3 lore characters, like the stuff that's questing for 3. And then he like levels up your cheap characters to be able to trade. So that your good stuff can keep questing and your little stuff like your owls can trade up. I mean, he can give stuff +4 strength every
That's a
time
lot.
that he quests.
Yeah.
So when you play him sideways, and if he survives, awesome. If he doesn't survive, that's still great. You've protected something.
Yeah.
But if he does survive, then next turn you can turn your owl into a 6/2.
That's huge.
Yeah, a 6/2 can take out a 5-cost Maleficent.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man. Okay, Maximus.
So he can like supercharge your little 1 and 2 drops to be able to take out 6 and 7-cost cards.
Yeah, I'm back in.
Yeah. So Maximus B+. He's great.
Nice.
All right. Moana, Chosen by the Ocean. You pay 5, you get a 2/6 that quests for 2.
2/6.
She has an ability called This Is Not Who You Are. When you play this character, you may banish chosen character named Teika. I'm not sure if I'm saying Teika.
What?
Right.
So one guy you get to banish.
If they have a character out named Teika, you can banish it.
That's just never gonna happen.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. We're talking about the odds of you having 2 cards in your deck. What are the odds that you have 1 card and your opponent has 1 card?
right.
I mean, it's just so unlikely.
Yeah.
When it hits, hey, that's great. But I don't think she's worth including in your deck.
No.
Because 5 ink for a 2/6 that quests for 2 is not that great.
No.
But I don't know if she's like a C- or a D+.
Mm-hmm.
The ability doesn't really exist, but she gets to quest for 2 and she has a high willpower. So
She'll stick around.
yeah, I'm not too upset about having her.
Could be worse.
Yeah, for sure. We have another Moana.
And
Moana of Matanui. You pay 5, you get a 1/6 that quests for 3.
1/6. What is with I haven't seen Moana either.
We are certainly not the Disney centered or the Disney focused Lorcana podcast.
What's the deal with her? Why did they not make her strong? She's not a fighter.
I can't tell you why her strength is typically lower, but I know that in the movie she teams up with Maui, who is really strong.
Yeah.
So maybe it's something to do with that.
Perfect combo.
Yeah, but so Moana, she has an ability called We Can Fix It. Whenever this character quests, you may ready your other princess characters. They cannot quest for the rest of this turn.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You're going to quest with her because she's going to get 3,
Yeah.
4. And if you have another princess on the board, that means that you can quest with them and challenge with them in the same turn.
Nice.
Like, this isn't like some sort of like build around incredible ability, but it's occasionally going to be relevant and helpful.
Mm-hmm.
So I have her as a C. I mean, 3 lore is 3 lore. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, the Moanas are fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mulan.
Okay.
You pay 5. You get a 4/5 that quests for 1. She has an ability called Lead by Example. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, your other characters get +1 lore this turn.
Okay.
So she has to challenge and banish a character.
Yeah.
She can die. Her ability will still happen if she dies in the challenge.
Okay.
She takes out a character, and your other characters get +1 strength this turn, or +1 lore.
Yeah. A lot has to happen for that to, like, you have to banish another character. You have to challenge a character, banish the character, and then your other characters get 1 lore. And then
Yeah.
you have to quest with those other characters to get that lore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I have this Milan. I have her at a B.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the ability is really cool.
Yeah.
but that's not why it's a B. Like in flavor and in mechanics, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Like a leader that's like challenging, and then everybody else can do better.
Rally around her.
Yeah, you don't want to quest with Milan. You want to challenge with Milan, and then permit everything else to quest. If you're stuck in like a racing situation, she can like single-handedly win a race.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because all of your stuff, you have 3 things out that are questing. You take out one of their characters, you now get an extra 3 lore that they didn't see coming.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds a lot better now that you're explaining it.
Yeah, she's a cool threat. Like, she threatens your characters in a way that they're not used to being threatened.
Right.
Like, if you both have several characters on your board, your opponent might hesitate to quest with some of their small stuff because, like, if you have a bunch of characters and they have a bunch of characters, Mulan can get you, like, 4 or 5 lore in a turn.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then her floor is a 4 or 5 that quests for 1. To me, that's worth it.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I would ever quest with her. I would just sit back and hold her back as a threat and let your opponent decide when you get to gain a bunch of lore.
Sure.
So, she's a B.
Yeah.
All right. Simba, rightful heir. You pay 5, you get a 3/5 that quests for 2.
Simba's all grown up.
How do you feel about this art?
Fine.
It's gray.
Classic Simba.
Do you like it better than the Grab Your Sword art?
No.
Okay, cool.
Not at all.
So, he has an ability called I Know What I Have to Do. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you gain 1 lore.
Okay.
So,
Just 1.
Yeah, so whenever he challenges something and banishes it, you gain 1 lore.
Okay.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He is uninkable, and he costs 5, so that definitely matters.
Less cool.
Yeah. So he can quest for 2, or he can like multitask and like take out a cheap character and gain you a lore.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like the versatility of Simba. You'll have something to do with him every turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then the only reason he's a C is because he's uninkable.
Yeah.
So on to Starkey.
Starkey.
So Starkey, you pay 5 ink, you get a 5/4 that quests for 1.
Yep. Got it.
So he has an ability called I Captain. While you have a captain character in play, this character gets +1.
How many captains are there?
Funny that you should ask.
Does it count the horse?
No.
That seems it should count the horse.
You would think, but captain is not actually doesn't have the captain. Oh, he does.
Hey,
He does. Sorry. So there's 2 captains.
Perfect. Oh,
So there's a Captain Hook
and Captain.
and Captain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't just have Captain be named Captain.
No. So I wish that this said while you have a captain character in play, this character gets +1 lore per captain.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm, that'd help.
As is, sometimes he'll be able to quest for 2. Even if you paid 5 for a 5/4 that could quest for 2, it's not even as good as a Jumba.
Yeah.
So I have Starkey at a D+.
Mm-hmm.
Because most of the time you're paying 5 for a 5/4 that quests for 1.
Yeah.
That's not where you want to be.
No, not great.
So after Starkey, we have Steal from the Rich.
Now you have my attention. I do like the sound of that.
I didn't know that Disney Lorcana could be so political. So Steal from the Rich is an action. Whenever one of your characters quests this turn, each opponent loses 1 lore.
Each opponent loses 1 lore on their cards. If they you just lose a lore on your score.
Yeah. So their how many lore they've gained goes down by 1 for each character that you quest with this turn.
Oh, okay.
So you go up and they go down.
Nice.
What would you rate this?
I don't know. It seems good, but it is 5 and it's uninkable. You're not gonna like that. Maybe a C-.
Yeah.
What is it? Oh, you hate it.
So I have Steal from the Rich as an F.
Why?
Because we don't really care about making our opponents lose lore.
It feels good though.
It does feel good, but it's not what wins games.
No.
So you care about gaining lore,
Yeah.
not your opponent losing lore.
Okay.
So it's a cool ability. It's a cool ability in an ideal scenario, but just any 5-cost characters even cooler.
Yeah.
In that scenario.
Okay.
They can gain lore every turn, whereas this makes your opponent lose 2 to 5 lore one time.
Yeah, 5 would be ambitious.
5 would be ambitious. You might be winning already if you're questing.
Yeah, you're not
5.
questing 5.
I don't know. In a race situation, it's relevant, but outside of that, even in that situation, I'd rather just have another character.
Yeah.
Unless I play this and win that turn, it's not worth it to me. Mm-hmm. So, Steal the Rich, F. Steal from the Rich is an F. Man. Steal the Rich is a different card. So, the Queen.
The Queen.
You pay 5, you get a 4/5 that quests for 1.
Okay.
You're not questing with her.
No.
She has an ability called I Summon Thee. You tap her and you get to draw a card.
Every time you tap her.
Every time you tap her, you draw a card.
Nice.
Or,
wait.
if you tap her, you get to draw a card. If you quest with her, you don't get to draw a card.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
You can like exert her and draw a card.
Draw a card.
She's very good.
Yeah.
So I have her at an A-/B+.
Ooh.
She can draw you a card every turn. She's probably not going to survive very long because your opponent is going to want to take her out.
Yeah.
If you draw one card and then your opponent trades a character into her, like they both take each other out, that's a really good exchange.
Yeah.
Everything after that is just like the icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you can draw 2 cards with her, like this can really snowball a game.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're ahead, that's a little bit of a win more scenario. But the fact that she can draw you a card is really good, and your opponent is gonna try to take her out.
Yeah.
And if they don't, well, that's on them.
Right. You just keep drawing.
Yeah, just keep drawing. All right, last 5-drop.
Tinkerbell.
And then with another Tinkerbell.
Tink.
So this is Tinkerbell, Peter Pan's ally. You pay 5 for a 3/3 that quests for 2.
3/3.
So she has 2 abilities. She has Evasive, which we like.
We do like that.
And then she has an ability called Loyal and Devoted.
Oh.
Your character's named Peter Pan, gain Challenger +1.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not.
No, it's not great.
No.
So, how do we feel about 5 ink for a 3/3 that quests for 2 that's uninkable?
Very bad. Don't feel good.
What if it has Evasive, though?
That's nice.
So
little better.
Yeah, that's the only reason I have her at a B-, because sometimes literally just having an Evasive on the board is all it takes to win a game.
Yeah.
Can you hear the dogs?
Uh-huh.
Great. They care a lot about this.
Yeah.
So
they do not like it either.
Yeah, so the fact that this has Evasive bumps it up to the B range. It's like at the very bottom of the B range.
Got it.
I mean, uninkable 3/3 that quests for 2 is not great.
No.
But Evasive's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the second ability related to Peter Pan just doesn't matter.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
Wow.
We did it.
That's the 5s.
We covered my favorite cost of cards.
And they were better.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Who knew? You spend more ink, you usually get a better card.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to do a pack 1, pick 1?
Would love to.
I can tell you what my pack 4, pick 12 is right now.
What's that?
Fern, my dog, barking throughout this entire episode.
My pack 4, pick 12, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Is this chair?
You can't move.
I can't move.
If you move, it sounds like this entire mic stand in front of you's.
Like everything's going to collapse.
Yeah, collapsing.
My pack 1, pick 1, though, however, something I've been loving, a new discovery that I don't think is new to everyone else, but I just found it, is a show on HBO called How To with John Wilson. And it's just a very unique show. It's just a guy narrating life in New York City, and he tells you how to do things. Like, make small talk.
Really uninteresting to me.
No, it's, you might think that. But it's worth the watch. Check it out.
Is this one of those like Nathan for You type things?
It's exactly what it's like.
I have not liked one of those yet. So
this one's going to be the one.
Okay, well, we'll see if I'm converted to these quirky pseudo documentary type shows.
Just try it out.
I'll try it. All right.
What's yours?
Well,
do you have one?
Yeah. I really like Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
But I really like the extra toasty Cheez-Its.
Naturally.
Mm-hmm. And I knew that this day was coming.
Oh, okay.
They released Cheddar Jack extra toasty Cheez-Its.
Wow.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Oh, yeah.
Next level.
Great. I ate a whole box yesterday.
Start to finish. One sitting?
No, it was multiple sittings. I mean,
okay.
We were sitting basically all day watching football.
That's right. We did fall things.
Yeah, we took a break to hang up one one
Nope.
Halloween decoration.
There it is.
Maybe I'll use the same bat for Christmas though.
Yeah, I think you should.
With a little Santa hat on it.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, my pack one pick one is Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its. Extra toasty, extra cheddar.
Extra toasty cheddar jack Cheez-Its.
Not extra cheddar.
They're excellent.
Appropriate amount of cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep. All right, well, we're going to do the 6 cost cards.
Yes.
And then 7, 8s, and 9s will all be one episode.
9s. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Never seen one.
There is only one.
Oh.
So that's going to be a quick episode.
We'll do, yeah. I promise you guys we'll have the 9 drops in under an hour.
Well, the 7, 8s, and 9s are combined into one episode.
Oh, no promises then.
Yeah. So we have some ideas for future episodes.
Yep.
We want you to send us some feedback on which of these episodes you want to hear about. All right. So some topics that we have, some ideas. We want to talk about, obviously we'll talk about future cards, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
But we want to talk about some basics on like how to get better at limited, but how to get better in general at Lorcana.
Yeah.
So some ideas is how to mulligan,
Yep.
how to get better, like how to actually just improve in general.
Yeah. Some of us need that more than others.
Yeah, maybe. Everybody needs that.
Yeah.
Quadrant theory.
Obviously, tell them what that is. Like,
It's just a way to evaluate cards. It's like how to do what we're doing.
nice.
How to evaluate cards on your own.
I don't even know how to do what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't think we do either. We have a few episode ideas. Maybe one just like talking about a bunch of Magic jargon or like TCG jargon in general.
Yeah.
I want to get our local game shop owner in to like talk
Yes.
about like the game, like the perspective of trading card games from the perspective of a LGS owner, a
Yes.
shop owner.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to talk about the finance of limited.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, limited is too expensive. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Limited is, in my opinion, and I think in reality, cheaper than constructed formats.
Okay.
So we're going to do an episode on that.
I like cheap.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think that's it for us.
That's all for today. Those are the 5s.
Yeah, those are the 5s.
Uh-huh.
We'll do 2 more set review episodes, and then we'll try to get the Rise of the Floodborn set review done as soon as all of the cards are released.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Thanks for listening, everybody.
yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. Share it with your friends. Follow us on YouTube. Send us emails, fortyborn@gmail.com. We have a subreddit called r/fortyborn,
Yep.
where we talk about each episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Anything else? Any other way they can reach us?
Nope. I was going to give you all my cell phone number, but I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, don't do that. We don't have social media yet either because neither one of us have social media for our real lives.
Right. We'll get on that someday.
I hope it's not me. If there's anyone that wants to intern with Fortyborn, we can't pay you.
We cannot pay you, but you can have extra toasty cheddar jack Cheez-Its whenever you want.
Maybe not whenever.
Well, like when we have them, you can have them.
Yeah, when we have them and you're at our house, you can have some.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Yeah, I think I could cover like frozen fried chicken.
I couldn't cover that. I could cover nothing. I couldn't do anything.
You said dollar menu items?
Value items from different fast food restaurants. I could cover restaurant pizzas.
Yeah, well, the problem with like value item things is then you have to eat like Captain D's value items.
I'll do it. It's a value.
It's Captain D's.
I've never eaten at Captain D's.
Good.
It feels like you would just, like, you will get sick.
I think it's like a money laundering front.
It's not actually a restaurant. Like, nobody in there knows how to.
It's always busy.
They just only sell fried fish sandwiches, too. Popcorn shrimp.
They got hush puppies.
I can tell you exactly how everything's going to taste at Captain D's before I go there.
They have one flavor. But they also have vinegar that you can put on everything.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. If you're into that.
I'm not. I could do McDonald's value items.
Well,
I could do sauces.
You're getting too niche. Well, sauces.
Sauce. I could do fast food restaurant sauces.
Well, what sauce would you dip in? Wait, what would you dip in the sauce?
Fries. Everything. A nacho burger at Wendy's. I'm gonna get the nacho burger when I leave.
The same fry every time. What fry are you gonna get? Cane's fries?
Yeah, because they don't taste like anything.
Yeah, they're
And
just
they're
like
crinkly.
a vessel.
Yeah. That's a good. That'd be good. Just get like a whole bucket of fries from Cane's.
That'd be a good excuse to just get a whole bucket of fries from Cane's.
Mm-hmm. And then all the sauces.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you want to start the episode?
Yeah.